All right, Keshad Johnson too. I mean, when he brings that energy, there's nobody else like him on this team. At 6'7", he's a little bit bigger, he's a little bit stronger than everybody. But when he brings an energy, when he's taking the open three and making it, there's really nobody else that you can quite compare him to on this roster, Saul. And that's why, to me, he is a huge X factor. Everybody talks about Kylan Boswell, deservedly so. But when you've got Keshad Johnson doing what he was doing out there, it's a total game changer because you can go small with him. You can go big with him. He's kind of that jack of all trades.
Yeah, he's a connector. He's a connector. When Ballo or Krivas is not really scoring down low, you can go to Keshad. If you need a bucket, a wide open three in the corner, Keshad can hit that. Right? He's that connective tissue between the guards and the front court. And so I really liked how Keshad played tonight. He played with energy, played with confidence. He wasn't going to back down to Long Beach State, and nor should he. So, I just think that his contribution to that 20-2 run that basically put the game away in the first 5 minutes was key because he scored 9 of them. Right. And that confidence, again, like you come out of halftime and Long Beach State hits a couple of shots, now you tighten up. And now you're like, okay, we're in this, right? They were only up 6 at half. But the fact that they came out and they just blitzkrieged the hell out of Long Beach State was led by Keshad Johnson. Again, that Final Four, that Final Four experience matters. Right. Keshad's the only one on this roster that has it, or no, Caleb does too. Right. So like that mattered in this game. Caleb didn't back down at all. Like he was the same old Caleb.
To kind of piggyback on your point, Saul, what I really like too is that when Arizona came out of the second half, there was no more, there was no more messing around. You got the lead up to 6, which I thought was big. The last thing I wanted was to go down 4 at the half and then go in there and you have to be able to make a bunch of different plays. Saul, they were able to push that they were able to push it to 6, but then before long it was 15-18 and the game was over. The last thing I wanted him to do was mess around and it's a 5-point game at the under 8 timeout or something. You got to get rid of this team because, again, you start tensing up. You know the little bit of the reputation. They did exactly what they needed to do.
1,000,000%. We've seen this story way too many times, Mike. You know exactly how it goes. You know what the rhythm and the flow is when a team is trying to pull off an upset and the crowd is really listening. The one thing that I really take notice of just being at the tournament and listening to it on TV is everybody's going to root for the underdog. And a lot of these schools that are in that 15, 14, 16 range don't play in front of crowds like this very often, especially not a home crowd because everybody's pulling for you to pull the upset. And so you could tell that Long Beach State was pretty juiced about that. They played at a high level in the first 10 minutes of the game. They just couldn't maintain it. And Arizona knows how to weather that storm. They've seen it last year. Kylan saw it firsthand last year. So I know he knows how important this was. I think the whole team knew how important this was to get past this first round. Again, you have to weather these storms. It's going to happen time and time again. It'll happen next game. It'll happen if we advance past that. Every team's going to have to weather through it. But if you can, you have good things ahead of you.